Great taste has landed. Salen's great tasting hot dogs and deli meats now available across New York State.
When you build
Great taste has landed. Salen's great tasting hot dogs and deli meats now available across New York State.
When you build a new house with Faber Homes, you won't have to deal with the to-do list that comes with buying a used home.
They made it really easy. I mean, the whole process was so simple, and we were new to the process. It was our first time owning a home, definitely first time building a home, so they made it really easy, step-by-step process, so it's great.
Learn more about the benefits of building a new home at faberhomes.com and visit our models in Henrietta at Berkshire Park or at Regency Park in Greece. Faber Homes. Great homes, great price.
Come on, join the rest of the kids at Unity Health System's Total Sports Experience. Instructional program starting at age 2. Year-round fun. Join anytime. Call 458-4263 or check us out at totalsports-experience.com.
Well, after winning 4 championships in their first 6 years, the Rochester Rhinos' journey to another title begins tonight. The top-seeded Rhinos play host to the 4th-seeded New York Red Bulls #2. It's been a superb 20th anniversary season for the Rhinos, and they hope to continue the magic and capture their first championship trophy since 2001. Hello, soccer fans. I'm Joe Giuliano along with Christian Silva. It is the Eastern Conference semifinals tonight. We are at Salins Stadium in Rochester, New York. These two teams facing off for the right to meet either Louisville City or the Charleston Battery in next week's Eastern Conference final. Christian, welcome. And you said it before we kicked off here tonight. Can't believe it's the playoffs already.
It flew by. I'll be honest, the first half of the season was, I didn't say drag on, but it was slow. It was step by step. And then all of a sudden after that little bye week we had mid-season, it just has flown by. I remember saying we've got like 15, 16 games left, and all of a sudden we're here.
Your starters first for the visitors from New York. They were 12, 10, and 6 in the regular season. Castagna is in goal. McLaws, DeFont, Plua, and Heffron in the back. Akinyode, Williams, Stoles. In the midfield up top, it's Sanchez, Bonomo, and Obakop. John Wolniak is the head coach of New York Red Bulls 2. For the Rhinos, it's Miller in goal. Apostolopoulos, Obasi, McMahon, and Van de Castile in the back. Mendoza, Garzi, Walls, and Forbes in the midfield. Dixon and Dos Santos up top for Bob Lilly's Rochester Rhinos. Man in the middle is Greg Dopka. Assistants are Corey Richardson and Scott Kashmerek. And the fourth is Brandon Artis. It'll be a kickoff for New York in the navy blue tops, the yellow shorts, and the blue socks. Rochester in the all-white. The Rhinos will be attacking from left to right as this Eastern Conference semifinal is about to kick off. This will be the 4th overall meeting of 2015 between these two clubs.
And already somewhat of a test of who's going to want it more, who's going to endure. It's, I want to say close to 40 degrees, 45, high 40s, and rainy right now. The field's going to be slick, so it's not ideal conditions, but what a setting for a playoff game.
Light drizzle starts to fall as we kick off here at Salins Stadium. And the Rhinos getting a bye into this match, while New York coming away with a 4-2 overtime victory over the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Carl Ouimet had 2 goals in that game. He is not here tonight as the senior side is at home taking on the Columbus Crew at Red Bull Arena. They also kick off simultaneously. So a quick shout out to 2 of my favorite soccer broadcasters, Steve Cangelosi and Shep Messing, on the call that this evening for MSG. As this one is poked out of play by Manolo Sanchez. It'll be a throw-in for Anoa Obasi and the Rhinos, who have been perfect. Undefeated at home, 12-0-2 after a 17-1-10 regular season. Outstanding campaign put together by Bob Lilly and the entire club. McMahon to Forbes. Dangerous ball in the middle. Picked up by Sanchez, looking for Bonomo. And Bonomo was off the bench in that last game here on September 19th. A last-second 3-2 Rhinos victory. He gets the start tonight. The 22-year-old Bonomo almost in on goal there. But a bad giveaway there from Forbes.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where you kind of got to shake it off. It's better it happened now. Luckily, nothing came of it. Shake it off, and he can be the Canardo Forbes. We all know he can be that deadly playmaker.
He has been dynamite this year. 3 goals, 5 assists for the Jamaican. Here he is again. Touches, sends one forward, looking for Dixon.
And one thing I like about that is makes a mistake and doesn't let it faze him, doesn't really make a big scene about it, just like a true professional. Just lets it go, and focuses on the next play.
Here he is again. Forbes seeing a lot of the ball. Triple teamed. Still gets a little touch to Tony Walls. And the Rhinos will pick up a throw-in as it's last touch by the visitors. McMahon to take it. Finding Forbes again, looking to turn the corner. He does. And a good last-second tackle there
by Plua, denying the service into the box, so it'll be a different kind of service now. First corner kick of the game coming up in the 3rd minute.
And the Rhinos really looking to use their height right now. You see Obasi, Vasilis, and Grant taking forward and making their way into the box, seeing if they can take advantage of this first corner kick.
Good opportunity here for the Rhinos. Into the box. Walls, the low header. Still loose and cleared away finally by the Red Bulls defense.
And the Rhinos already knocking on the door. You see their height plays an advantage, but Tony Walls, who isn't typically the tallest guy there, is still able to win that header. So I think the Red Bulls really need to tighten up if they don't want to get it scored on.
Mendoza will try it from the far side. Serves a good ball into the box and does again. Headed away. Forbes still with it, top of the 18, and Plua again will step in to knock it out of danger. McMahon looking for a throw in here. And a ball to get this back into play in the 4th minute. Joe Giuliano, Christian Silva, the Eastern Conference semifinals, Rochester and New York. Dos Santos poked away. High clearance. Apostolopoulos will head it back and over the near sideline. These two teams played 3 times. The opening match of the season, March 28th at Red Bull Arena, was a scoreless draw. April 26th, the Rhinos winning 2-0, and September 19th, in dramatic fashion, Toch with the header late in stoppage time, giving Rochester a 3-2 win after they had given up a late goal in that one.
And what a roller coaster of a game that was. I think it, you definitely take some positives and negatives from it, but it just shows, and Coach Lilly mentioned it just shows the character. They were able to go down, but they were able to fight right back and show that energy to get that goal in that last minute.
New York coming off a regular season that saw them go 12, 10, and 6. And for Red Bulls, too, it was really that string of 6 victories from June 13th to August 2nd that propelled them into a playoff position, 6-0-2 during that stretch.
Completely turned it around for them, didn't it?
Find themselves here tonight after knocking off the Riverhounds. Forbes, a good ball looking for Dixon.
Unbelievable ball that was.
And Obakop hustles to keep this one in play. Heffron. Stoles. Goes to the far side for Sanchez. Obasi gets a second chance. Picks up possession.
The Rhinos doing a great job keeping the lines close and tight, not really letting Red Bulls find those spaces between the lines, and it's forcing them to go for that long ball already earlier in the game.
How has training been this week for the Rhinos? Did things kind of tighten up a little bit, or is it still kind of business as usual?
Not at all. It's just been a lot of the same as Steven Dos Santos looks to be on a counter.
Here he is with it. Dos Santos with Dixon to his left. Into the 18, puts it back across, and nobody on the end of it.
Canardo Foles would be a bit regretful that he didn't run in and make it to the box on that play. No, practice was much of the same. Like I said and mentioned it before, Bob Lilly, Coach Lilly is very demanding of his players, so it wasn't anything new. It's not like we switched it to a different gear. It was all the same, which is good. He cultivated that team mentality from the start. He demanded a lot from the players, so come playoffs, it's nothing new. We know it's expected, and go out and do the job.
17, 1 and 10. Why change a good thing? Apostolopoulos knocks one forward on the far side. DeFont will let that bounce out of play, and the Red Bulls will pick up a throw-in on the far side. We're in the 7th minute and scoreless. The winner moves on to face Louisville or Charleston. Charleston knocking off the Richmond Kickers last week, 2-1 in overtime. Had to rally in that one after giving up an early goal. And Taylor Mueller's own goal, but they came back from behind, and Dane Kelly got them back into the mix. There's McMahon to Forbes. Quixote. Heffron looking for Bonomo. Van de Castile gets there first. Back to Miller. Short clearance. Stoles
Good reaction there by Mike Garza. He recognizes the ball wasn't going where it should have gone and closed it down quickly.
Amanda Castile does a good job handling Obakop. He was very dynamic in that last game, September 19th. And Vanda Castile has to slide over to help out McMahon. Does a good job there.
He's explosive, but there just goes to show what has led to the success of the Rhinos. You know, you beat one, the other one's right there. And it's the strength in numbers that we have.
And it's a big other one coming in Vanda Castile.
I mean, they just get taller.
He kind of stopped just a split second. And he saw the big guy coming at him.
They just get bigger as you go down the back line.
Good win there by McMahon on the header. But it's won back by Obakop. A high cross. Backpedaling is Miller. And able to step into the goal but keep the ball out. Brandon Miller, as we've talked about so many times throughout the season, 0.54 goals against average. A record-breaking number, 0.68 by Gallardo back in 11 by Orlando City, shattered.
And to think that number could have been a lot smaller. Those 4 goals against Charlotte really, make up the bulk of that goals against average. If there's some way they could have avoided that, it'd be unbelievable what that stat would be now.
Only loss of the season at Charlotte for the Rhinos. 15 goals conceded, another record in the USL that surpassed the 16 goals that Orlando gave up in that same 2011 season. Also matched a Rhinos club record of 15 goals against back in 1998. As Walls threads the needle, finds Dixon. Dixon looking outside the 18, into the box. Diving header clearance, Wall steps in to maintain possession. Bouncing in the box, Dos Santos knocking on the door, and Castagna quickly off his line, the 20-year-old, making his 22nd appearance of the season. Devin Williams, long ball, cleared up and taken away by Obasi. Gets it back now. He's going to try the near side. Obakop has to track back into his own half. Finds Plua. All the way back to Castagna. Red Bulls susceptible in the set pieces last week. 2 goals that Pittsburgh scored were on set pieces. Corner kicks and free kicks inside that half of the field could be troublesome.
Especially with the Rhinos' height right there. I mean, it hasn't been, I don't think we have scored many on set pieces this year, but I mean, it's inevitable with the height. It's got to be coming. It's a numbers game, so
absolutely
overdue
the odds,
one for sure.
The odds are
overdue,
coming our way. Obasi pressured there by Sanchez. Apostolopoulos slides over to help out again. Good job. Team defending there, but New York still pushing it forward. Bonomo. Miller has to reach up and just tip it over the end line as Obakop and McMahon were battling for positioning in the Rhino 6. First corner kick of the game coming up for Red Bulls 2. On the near side. Into the box, Miller. Easy there for the 25-year-old.
Be sure to stop down to the Rhinos kiosk and pick up your 2015 USL regular season championship t-shirts.
We are in the 12th minute. The Rhinos and the Red Bulls 2 are scoreless in this Eastern Conference semifinal. Headed to the middle of the field where Dixon gets called for a little bit of a shove on Williams, the 23-year-old. Played with the Riverhounds U23s last season. Slow to get up, and back into the mix is Devin Williams. A goal and 3 assists in 10 games played. Bonomo back to Obakop. Quick driven cross. Obasi's powerful header. Red Bulls quickly going outside with it now.
Red Bulls just opting for side volleys left and right.
McLaws tugs on Obasi. Easy call for the man in the middle, Greg Dopka, and his assistant.
Both teams just really filling each other out, flexing their offensive muscles a little bit, but it's nice to see. It's got a playoff feel right now, you know? Both teams are trading blows, so let's see how this pans out.
Visit the 2015 USL Playoffs Hub on USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the chase for the USL Championship. As Dixon gets a good little touch to Forbes. Dos Santos, nice back heel. And just broken up by Akinyode. McMahon across field. Apostolopoulos. Pushed back down into the Rhinos' half.
Oh, and dangerous situation there. I don't know if you saw it, but Vasila stepped forward while Van de Castile hadn't made his way back yet. Rhinos could have taken it, or sorry, Red Bulls could have taken advantage of that situation. It was very dangerous.
14th minute. Castagna's clearance comes up and
Castagna not risking anything, wanted nothing to do with that ball, did he?
taking no chances there. Throw in here for McMahon. Pat McMahon, 27 years old, his 26th appearance of the season for the Rhinos. The elder statesman on that back line.
The voice of reason for the locker room. Just spews nothing but wisdom. And we've actually going to change things up a little bit on the casting today. We've got another fellow Rhino, Julian Ringoff, here right next to me. Who's we're going to give you guys a chance to hear a different voice.
All right, let's do it.
Here he is.
Julian Ringoff, number 22, the German defender, joining us in place of Christian Silva. Julian, welcome to the broadcast.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for having me.
Thoughts on the first 15 so far?
I mean, I think we haven't really done what we're trying to do so far. Bob talked about trying to get in behind a lot, and unfortunately we haven't seen that. But I think we're in control of the game now. We just kind of have to try to get in the final third more often.
And here's a restart opportunity as Forbes was taken down in the 15th minute. And as we mentioned earlier, both goals were given up on set pieces by New York. This is where we could use you getting in the box with that big, powerful header.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not quite there yet. But yeah, we also talked about restarts a lot during this week. So yeah, hopefully we can get something going here. I think we have a big advantage size-wise. So we'll see.
Forbes whips a good ball into the box. Shot right at Castagna. The rebound is there, and it's poked wide.
Yeah, that was a good service by Canado.
Those balls that are just whipping, and they appear to be going to the keeper, and you can watch the replay here, Julian, and it just starts to swerve away. Such a dangerous ball. I believe it was Dos Santos or Obasi who got the shot away there. And luckily for Castagna, the rebound sent wide.
Yeah, I actually like those outswingers sometimes. I know a lot of coaches want the in-swinger, but for me as a guy who goes up for corner kicks and set pieces, I actually like that outswinger from Canada.
McMahon climbing the back of Marius Obakop. It'll be a free kick for the visitors. It's going to be Plua to take it. No, Heffron will go short instead to Defont. Takes a look. Comes back to the near side looking for Obakop. Off the chest, but McMahon helping out there. Knocks it out of play. Throw in here for Heffron. Scoreless in the 17th minute. McMahon's got his hands full with Obakop. Lays it off to Heffron.
Yeah, I actually think
will clear it.
I think Canado's doing a good job doubling down Obakop, helping Pat out.
Counter-attack here for the Rhinos. Mendoza, the shot. Kick saved by Castagna and headed to the near sideline. A little shove from behind there on Dos Santos. It'll be a restart coming up for the Red Bulls in the 17th minute. Good action there for Dos Santos, getting Garzi into a good opportunity.
Yeah, that's exactly what we talked about. As soon as we win it, try to find those runs in behind. Great run by Johnny there, because they tend to play very high with their back four. So should be a bunch of opportunities for us.
Julian, 21 games this season with the Rhinos. How was your first season in Rochester?
Oh, it was. I mean, it couldn't have gone much better. At the beginning, I didn't get as much playing time as I'd hoped for, but then Bob Lilly gave me a chance, and it went really well, and then I got a lot of playing time, maybe even more than I expected. But unfortunately, then 4 weeks ago with this injury, kind of kept me out of practice and out of the lineup, unfortunately.
What's the prognosis? How long are we looking at?
I don't know. That's the frustrating thing. Like I've seen a lot of doctors, and I've actually had multiple injections now. And every time they say, "Oh, maybe next week you'll be ready," and my hope comes up, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be playing next weekend." And then unfortunately, I get another setback. So it's really hard to tell. I actually had another injection right before the game today, so maybe I'll train next week. But it's really hard to tell. It could be anything from start training next week or wait 2 more months. It's hard to tell.
Stay strong, my friend. We'll win tonight, and then you'll be back before you know it.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
This one headed back into the arms of Brandon Miller. The voice you're hearing is Julian Ringhoff, who wears number 22 for the Rhinos, stepping in for Christian Silva for a few moments here. You guys are naturals at this. I guess growing up in Germany and you down in Florida, you guys have picked this up like nothing. I've got to work hard at it. You guys are just smooth.
I guess people always tell me that I talk too much anyway, so I guess that's an advantage for this kind of job.
That's great. Well, you're doing a great job. It's the 19th minute, another free kick coming up here for the Rhinos and for John Walniak of the Red Bulls. It's got to be tense moments to see these restarts. Outside to McMahon. Touches. Cuts it back to his left. Here's Canardo. Low cross. Just poked away. Obasi will keep possession. He'll pop one forward for Tony Walls. Outside to Dixon. Into the box. Castagna has been busy early on. Makes another save.
Yeah, it's good to see we're starting to pick up the tempo now. Hopefully we can keep that up till halftime.
20th minute, Castagna. A driven punt downfield. Over Obasi. Looking for Bonomo. Apostolopoulos on him, Obasi there as well. And that's one thing that has just been outstanding for you guys on that back line. The team defending has been tremendous this year.
Yeah, that's what we always talk about. I mean, obviously Brandon and the back four have been getting a lot of credit, but I think it's, for us, it's so crucial that our forwards and midfielders help us out defend, and that just makes it so much easier for us in the back. I think we stepped up when we had to, but
there's a dangerous chance for Bonomo. Gets a shot away. It'll be off frame. 15 goals against. Hats off to you and the entire crew this season. A record-setting defensive season for the Rhinos. And very imposing back line. You, Vasily Apostolopoulos, Van de Castile. Not too many guys are going to want to run across the middle of that defensive line.
Yeah, we're all very physical. Which is obviously required as a center back. But yeah, so whenever we had to step up our game, I think we mostly did this year. So let's hope we get another 3 shutouts through this playoffs and make it to that championship game.
A big, strong, physical German player. Is that a new thing?
I guess not. I guess not. Even though over the past few years, I'd say we as Germans have become more technical as well.
No doubt. No doubt. 21st minute and scoreless. Rhinos and Red Bulls 2. Winners will face Louisville or Charleston. We'll get you updates on that one as well on the other side of the conference. That'll be next Saturday, October the 10th. If the Rhinos win, it's right here at Salem Stadium.
Yeah, that's a great game. I hope I get to catch the last few minutes of that game after our game here at Charleston against Louisville. 2 great teams.
We'll try to bring that up here momentarily on the iPad. Christian Silva is going to work on it right now as we speak. Here's Obakop. Forbes and McMahon work on him. Splits them. Good ball into the box, but well read by Apostolopoulos. Now sent forward. Plua. Dos Santos running this one down, and the foul is called. Should be a yellow card as well.
I think that's a red card. It should be a red card.
Oh, it is a red. And this will change the whole dynamic of the game. In the 22nd minute, the Red Bulls, Plua has been sent off. Here's a look at it, Julian.
Yeah, great flick on by Dixon. And then, he already has the ball, and then that's just, I guess, lack of experience, because they're all talented players, but a bad pass back to the goalie, and then he couldn't help himself, but bringing Big Duba down.
Conrad Plua The 23-year-old sent off in the 22nd minute. I thought it was going to be a yellow because I wasn't sure if Dos Santos would be able to get on the end of that ball, but nonetheless, referee sees it his way.
Yeah, it's true. It's a tough call to make because the goalie might be able to get there, but he kind of hesitated. I think, for example, with the way Brandon Miller plays, he would have been able to maybe get up there, and then it could have been a yellow card. But the goalie hesitated, so I think the red card's the right call, actually.
He is sent off 11v10 in the 23rd minute. Walls on the restart. One hop into the box. Castagna makes the save. And he'll slow things down now. As we'll see what this does tactically to the Red Bulls now. Playing without their starting defender, Conrad Pluwa.
Yeah, this should be interesting. I mean, sometimes a team gets a red card and it doesn't really change too much. I mean, we had a game in Harrisburg this year where we had an early red card and we still dominated that game.
Here's Obakop with the interception, pushing into the 18. Crosses off of Van de Castile.
Yeah, that's a good tackle by Grant Van de Castile.
Second corner kick of the game coming up for Red Bulls 2.
Yeah, Obakop is a really good player. It's important we get double teams on him whenever we can. He's a good left winger. He assisted that tying goal last time we played the Red Bull.
The 20-year-old from Cameroon wins a corner kick for the visitors on the near side. There's the delivery. Good ball into the box. Takes a one hop at the 6, and that's not what you want to see as a ball bouncing there.
No, I don't think we were in a good spot there. So one of the defenders should be able to get on that.
And playing a man down, it may be imperative for New York to make the most of those restarts.
Yeah.
The flow of play, the run of play, be very difficult. Intercepted by Obakop. Garzi chopping it away. A throw in here for New York. So if you're just tuning in, just moments ago, Conrad Pluwa sent off. Last defender taking down Dos Santos. But you know, Julian, going back to that play, you got to give credit to Apostolopoulos on the back end for intercepting that good diagonal ball by Obakop, and then the Rhinos quickly got forward.
Yeah, he was in a good spot there. That's I think that was actually one of our strengths for us three center backs this year, that we have a pretty good positioning. So Vasilis showed that right there.
It was excellent. There's Stoles. Played at UCLA. Also spent 7 years in your neck of the woods with 1860 Munich in the academy there.
Yeah, I know him pretty well because playing for University of San Diego, I played against him every year, and we always chatted after the games. He's a great guy, really down to earth, yeah, was a pretty high draft pick for the Red Bull, but mostly played for the second team this year.
Won the Herman Trophy in 2014 out of, as Julian mentioned, UCLA.
Yeah, we actually lost to them in playoffs that year, and he had a goal and an assist to beat us in overtime.
Oh, ouch. Always payback, my friend.
Yeah,
Always
yeah.
payback. Sanchez to Bonomo. Soft pass taken away by Mendoza. There's Dos Santos to the captain Walls. Dixon. Taken away by Heffron now. 27th minute, the Rhinos and the Red Bulls 2 are scoreless. Obasi gets away from one, gets away from two. Vintage onto Obasi coming forward now. Loses his footing and picked up by the Red Bulls defense. There's Obakop. Put it away by McMahon. Walniak wants a call, is not going to get it.
Yeah, so the momentum actually changed a little bit, I think, after that red card. Sometimes, the game goes wild for a little bit, but this time it actually didn't. So it'll be interesting to see what happens until halftime. Definitely changed the game a little bit.
Sent forward, broken up by Van de Castile. Possession here for Bonomo and the Red Bulls, playing a man down. He is taken down. And he just felt the contact, and I thought he may have won that call.
Yeah, I think he was just waiting for the contact because he realized he couldn't play the ball anymore. But it's a clever play. I don't really think it's a foul, but he sold it well.
Another restart coming up here for the Red Bulls away from home. They're 5-6-3, 7-4-3 at Red Bull Arena. As Miller sets up the wall, Stoles over the ball with Devin Williams.
Yeah, Stoles actually scored from that distance against us in that playoff game, so it's definitely something he can do, even though it's pretty foul.
He's taking a good hard look at this one. It's 35 yards away. The shot. No trouble there for Miller as we hit the 29-minute mark. And we are scoreless. Looking at the schedule, of course, we've talked about Louisville hosting Charleston. In the West, Orange County taking on the LA Galaxy. Then tomorrow, it's Oklahoma City Energy against the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. And that'll set us up for the conference finals next week, October the 10th. Pastalopoulos back to Obasi, now Van de Castile.
Yeah, I think we need to start getting more possession of the ball. I mean, Red Bull tends to want to possess the ball a lot, but now, especially with a man up, we should try to keep it a little bit longer and maybe not be as direct as we were beginning of the game.
Looking for Obasi on the far side, keeps it in play. Cuts it back. Now Walls finding that open pocket with the extra attacker. Into the box, Forbes, and Heffron gets his head on it. And third corner kick coming up here for the Rhinos. Forbes is down. He's had a rough go here in this first half. He's been knocked to the turf a few times.
Yeah, it seems like there was a little head-to-head collision. Canada not the strongest player in the air.
He's down at the 6, getting looked at by the trainer. While we have a break, let's talk about the USL and Facebook. Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive playoff news and interactive content. It's the USL on Facebook. Forbes is still down on the turf. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but should he not be able to continue, the Rhinos do have Toch, Ugarte, Bordeaux, Malgrou, Rolfe, and Samuels. Here's a look at it, Julian. Goes up with Heffron. And
oh, it's actually the elbow, I think.
Elbow to the eye or maybe to the chin. They haven't seen any indication yet from the trainer to make a substitution, but players are warming up and getting ready just in case. Yeah, definitely an elbow. And Canardo is up.
Yeah, I think he's going to be all right. Another concussion is the last thing we need. And with Christian Waleski, obviously, being on a concussion right now, unfortunately.
So leave Mendoza over to take it on the near side. Canardo will have to step off. 31st minute, Forbes holding his nose. Took an elbow from Heffron. So we'll play 10v10. Trying to stop the bleeding is the Jamaican, Canardo Forbes. There's the delivery. Walls again on the header off the post. Ed Castagna can thank his lucky stars there.
Yeah, great ball by Johnny Mendoza. This time Tony gets on the ball, I think, for the second time now.
You are correct. That is his second win on a corner kick. And luckily for New York, it hits the post. Not sure what the player was doing there. I would have cleared it out, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
To watch it roll there, that's cutting it too close for my liking.
Maybe doesn't have a good left foot and just was hoping for the goal to actually pass. The ball to pass the goal.
Another set piece opportunity for the Rhinos. Walls getting on the end of them early on here. Mix up, picked up by Dos Santos. He says, well, let's have a go from distance. He's so dangerous when he gets those legs moving, running at defenses.
Yeah, it's really hard to stop him once he hits his stride with the ball. I mean, we see it in practice every day, and also in some of the games he's shown that. So hopefully he can keep that up, be strong up there.
Get the feeling he is going to get one tonight.
Yeah, he's got a lot of important goals for us this year. Game winners, tying goals, last-minute winner against Toronto.
And he's taken some nice ones as well. That little back heel one he scored here in the early part of the season. I mean, that was a difficult goal. Back to the goal and got his little heel on it.
Yeah, that was at home against Charleston, I believe. Great goal, also game winner.
Classy finish. And a nice touch there to Dixon. Forbes is back on the field. Off the chest, keeps it in play. 34th minute. Mendoza. They are keeping possession, like you mentioned. Apostolopoulos. He's got space to go forward. Picked up by Sanchez. Back to Castagna. Mendoza. Swipes it to Garzi. Now to McMahon. There's Canardo. Cuts it back. Stoles beat to the ball by Dos Santos, but knocked away to Obacop. Bonomo. Now Heffron. 35th minute, scoreless. 22nd minute red card to Conrad Pluwa.
Yeah, Red Bull too will have to change their approach a little bit. As I said, they tend to possess the ball a lot, which is obviously hard to do with a man down, especially for 60 minutes. And it'll be interesting to see how they adapt to this. And they're not typically a team that counters a lot, which is something they probably have to do now.
There's Dos Santos. Forbes trying to force that one. Broken up by Obacop now. A lot of play here on this tight near side. We'll see if they can open it up. McMahon will go central now to Apostolopoulos. And look to work the far side. Dixon checking back, turns, looks. Now finds an open Canardo Forbes. Service and no one there. 36th minute.
Yeah, I'd like to see Canado take on Heffron right there. I think that's a mismatch every time, 1v1 situation. So hard to slow him down in those.
Apostolopoulos back to Miller. Miller breaking all sorts of records, but he can thank the guy next to me and the 4 other players just in front of him this year. They have been outstanding. 15 goals against, tying a Rhinos team record and setting a USL record as well. This one played behind Canardo Forbes. It'll be coming up on a restart for New York. Heffron. Stoles. Quixote to Castagna. McMahon leaves it for Apostolopoulos. Now Garzi. Stepped in and won by Stoles. Sanchez, Bonomo, back to Stoles. Obacop. Garzi comes in to help out McMahon. Obacop has to go backwards. Heffron. Quixote goes outside. Back to Quixote, Stoles. Well, Julian, I want to thank you for spending some time with us, and feel free to pop back in second half. I wish you nothing but the best and a speedy recovery. Mr. Julian Ringhoff, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun, actually.
A pleasure to pick your soccer brain. Thank you. Julian Ringhoff, the first-year Rhino, giving Christian Silva a break. And I got to split your salary with him tonight.
I just wanted my ears to heat back up with this headphone.
That's it.
But the Rhinos doing a solid first half so far. I think they're doing kind of executing the plan they had all week, which was to get in behind. I think on that red card you saw right away the recognition by Grant and Alex Dixon to just get the ball forward, and the recognition by Santos to make that run. So it's paying off, and it's just a game plan well executed right now.
Now it's going to turn into a goal here for the Rhinos. As Obasi finds Walls. There's that little pocket of space. Good idea, just didn't get it to Mendoza. Here's Bonomo. Williams. Now Sanchez. Williams and Sanchez giving away. Dos Santos. Dixon 2v3. Support coming in Obasi and Forbes. Here's Canardo Forbes. Tees it up. The shot! Just up and over the bar. He has got a rocket. 39th minute, and Forbes unleashes a powerful one from distance. Be sure to follow at USL on Twitter. Keep up with all the live action during the USL playoffs. It's the USL on Twitter.
And Canardo Forbes, not someone who's really shy to take that shot. I think he's really trying to find his rhythm. I think he's been, I wouldn't say shut down by any means whatsoever, but I think the Red Bulls are aware of what he can do, and they've been, taking action to try and eliminate that so far.
He has a powerful one when he's given that time and space. Garzi back to Apostolopoulos. Don't forget the winner of this one takes on Charleston or Louisville City. Hopefully next week we'll be right here again at Salem Stadium. Forbes. Back to Vanda Castile.
And quite the role reversal from the last time these two teams played here at Salins. The Rhinos now getting a chance to be a man up and really seeing how they can manage it. And I think they're doing a good job so far. They're having their chances, but they're being patient. You don't see any hesitation, any rushing to score that goal. So I think they're doing a great job so far. The only way to cap it off, though, is with a goal.
And I think that'll come as we move into the second half and later into the match, the tired legs. I guess substitutions will be extremely crucial tonight, how and when they're done. Apostolopoulos, good hard step. It's knocked away, though, to Obakop. Now Heffron. Quixote. Bolo Quixote. Obakop tripped up by McMahon. 9th minute, Charleston and Louisville are scoreless. Keep you updated on that one throughout the evening. Thanks to Julian and Christian for bringing that up.
It's a team effort up here now.
Here's Stoles on the near side, looking for a delivery into the box. Steps in. High, deep ball, and Miller again, calm, cool, and collected. Rolls it out to Mendoza. Gets away from one. Got Walls. He's got Forbes as well. Here's Canardo. Good look to the far side. Dos Santos. Oh, he just couldn't get to it as McLaws got the foot on it. A good look, though, from Canardo. 41st minute. Let's mention that Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information.
And I think you saw on that play, sorry to cut you
That's
off,
right.
but Alex Dixon and Johnny Mendoza made those darting runs across the field. Those runs like that are crucial because they're unselfish runs. If you saw that run behind the back was the lane, the space was really created by Johnny Mendoza and Alex Dixon on that play.
Garzi rifles one back in, cleared away. Dixon puts one to the top of the 18. Vanda Castile battles with Obakop for it. The Cameroonian comes away with it. He's got a lot of work to do, though. And Grant Vanda Castile gets a poke on it. But Williams and New York still with possession.
But you can really see what New York Red Bulls are trying to do. The only option they have going forward, the only person they're really looking for is Obakop right there. So, it's only a matter of time before he does run out of gas and he does get figured out by the Rhinos, which, quite honestly, I think he has been.
Looks like he's shifted more to a central role. Not sure if it's just temporary, but Bonomo has come to the outside. And Heffron will have this throw-in.
Rhinos is Dr. Vincent.
Plays it back to Akinyode.
980. Schedule your appointment. The Rhinos official dentist.
Font
Dr. Vincent Vela.
will get it back to Castagna, but barely. High pressure from Walls and the Rhinos.
And tremendous work rate so far by Steven Santos up there and Alex Dixon. And I got to credit them. They're doing a great job of closing down those spaces and really making that back line for the Red Bulls very uncomfortable.
There's Obasi. As I was telling Julian, I kind of get the sense that Dos Santos may find one tonight.
Oh, absolutely. He's always deadly when he is on the field, but there's that extra bit of urgency tonight, and I think it just shows in that last play. I mean, he's hawking down defenders, something that, you know, obviously it is part of his game. He makes it a nightmare for defenders, but you can just see he's a step faster. He's pushing, he's fighting, he's sacrificing for the team.
8 goals for the striker from Cape Verde. So we're in the 44th minute, scoreless. Rhinos with the man advantage since minute number 22. Plua was sent off. Apostolopoulos to Obasi. Mendoza flicks it to Walls. Onto the near side now for Forbes. McMahon overlapping, Forbes goes inside. Left-footed cross, and it's off the mark, and goal kick coming up here for New York. And let's be sure to mention that all USL playoff matches are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Follow the action on the USL YouTube channel to watch the crowning of the 2015 USL champion. Decent crowd has filed their way into Salem Stadium. 48 degrees at kickoff, light drizzle. But fans have made their way out to downtown Rochester this evening.
It's a chilly one, that's for sure.
You're from Florida. This is summer weather here.
This is blizzard weather right now.
You have not seen anything. Oh, no, you have. You were here in March.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that last game, actually.
That's right. You've seen it. Be thankful it's only 48, or it is 48. Here's McMahon. Mendoza. Now Garzi. Outside to Obasi. Couldn't get that one back to Apostolopoulos, midfield. Or just inside their own half of the field. Red Bulls with a throw-in. McLaws to Sanchez. The long legs of Obasi. Get it forward. Dos Santos battling with Akinyode. Cuts it back. Castagna. 2 minutes of stoppage time. Here in half number 1.
And if there's a time to get a goal, it's right now, regardless of where it does go. It's kind of that point in the half where it's just kind of heartbreaking to get scored on right now, especially going into the half for either team.
Be one more push here for the Rhinos with possession now. Apostolopoulos, time and space. Mendoza comes back to receive it. Finds Tony Walls. Outside at midfield, a lot of possession here for the Rhinos. Looking to penetrate now is Mendoza. Obasi. 15th minute in Louisville. They're still scoreless. The Battery in Louisville City FC. McMahon with some space on the outside. Back to Forbes. And to Castile. Fans getting a little anxious here. Wanting the Rhinos to go forward. Rhinos are just going to pick and choose, take advantage of the space, and this one cleared away by DeFont. Now Forbes all the way to the far side. He'll make his way over to the customary right side. Looks for Mendoza. Corner of the 18. Trips up Heffron, and coming out on a restart for the Red Bulls. Heffron, the player who went down, the 22-year-old out of Dartmouth. Heffron made his Red Bulls debut on July the 23rd, a 4-2 win over the Premier League champions Chelsea. Assisted on Sean Davis' goal in the second of the match. As this one comes to a close after 45 plus minutes, the Rhinos with a man advantage from minute number 22. And we go to the locker rooms, scoreless at zeros. Thoughts on first half, Christian?
I think it's obviously a bit heartbreaking for the Red Bulls going a man down that early, but the Rhinos, I think, have executed a solid first half. I think it's pretty congruent with what the game plan was. They got in behind many times, had plenty of chances, would have loved to have seen one going in, obviously, but they've done well so far. They're doing well defensively, which is the most important part. They're not giving up many chances. They're closing down those spaces, and they're switched on. They're alert. So
now for New York, they've dodged a bullet for 22 minutes playing a man down. Do you anticipate them coming back in the second half and kind of bunkering down, maybe hoping for overtime and PKs?
It would make sense. That'd be the logical thing to do. I mean, it doesn't have to be pretty at this point. They don't have to come out and play. They don't have to impress anybody here. They're away from home. And it's just a matter of can they just hold on long enough to take it to penalty kicks. For the Rhinos, I think it's a lot of the same for them for the second half. You've got to be patient. Don't panic. Pick and choose your spots. And when you do have it, go with conviction with everything you've got. So it'll be
Santos has been a handful. We'll see if he can pick up that pace in the second half. It's halftime, Eastern Conference semifinals, scoreless between Rochester and New York. This is the Rhinos Broadcast Network.
Great Taste has landed. Salen's great tasting hot dogs and deli meats now available across New York State.
When you build a new house with Faber Homes, you won't have to deal with the to-do list that comes with buying a used home.
They made it really easy. I mean, the whole process was so simple, and we were new to the process. It was our first time owning a home, definitely first time building a home. So they made it really easy, step-by-step process. So it's great.
Learn more about the benefits of building a new home at faberhomes.com and visit our models in Henrietta at Berkshire Park or at Regency Park in Greece. Faber Homes. Great homes, great price.
Come on, join the rest of the kids at Unity Health System's Total Sports Experience. Instructional programs starting at age 2. Year-round fun. Join anytime. Call 458-4263 or check us out at totalsports-experience.com.
Second half action is underway in the Eastern Conference semifinal here at Salem Stadium. The Red Bulls and the Rhinos are scoreless. Just recapping what's happened in the first half. In minute number 22, Conrad Plua was sent off with a red card, a straight red card, for taking down Dos Santos, who had turned and been apparently in on a breakaway. And Plua was sent off. That was the big action in half number one. The Rhinos with the man advantage. We'll see if they can capitalize here in the second half and move on to face the winner of Louisville and Charleston, who are scoreless in minute number 33 down at Slugger Field. Walls. Pass intercepted by McLaws. Now Forbes. Cleared away there by Akinyode, the 20-year-old from Nigeria. Signed with the Red Bulls in the middle of April. Obasi with a throw-in. There's Garzi. Intercepted though by Bonomo. Red Bulls get it to Stoles. Outside now for Obacop. Mendoza down at the center circle. And not getting up, now hobbling up a little bit. Here's Tony Walls. Forbes to Dos Santos on the near side. Dos Santos fires and a goal! Wonderful strike from Steven Dos Santos. We said it. He was feeling it, and it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
What an absolute bullet by Steven Dos Santos right there.
Wow, what a way to start half number two, and here's a look at it from the get-go on the near side.
And he does well to hesitate there, takes a touch in, and just unleashes, just swings that right-left peg.
Wow. 9th of the year for Dos Santos. You could sense he was on to something special tonight, and he didn't waste any time at all.
I'll be
3 minutes
honest. I was literally just with him walking back onto the field. I turned left to come up to the booth, and I just said, "Score one, please. I'm too cold."
Did he ever? And he scored it in a big fashion. That'll be his 9th overall on the season, first of the playoffs. Unassisted is the call on the 48th minute goal from Dos Santos. Well, they say those first 5 minutes of a half and last 5 minutes are crucial points. We'll see how that comes into play here.
It's funny because, like you said, it's mentioned over and over and over, but it's still something that teams neglect. They're like, oh, you know what? It's just started. Let's ease into it, and boom, all of a sudden you're down a goal.
What a wondrous finish from Dos Santos. That is how you take a goal, my friends. Comes out blazing. Whatever you told him, it worked. Because he looked up here at you.
He did. Like I said, I was literally on the field. I came upstairs, up the stairs to come here, and he was just going in. So I just told him, please score. And he did, so.
What a great goal from Dos Santos, the 25-year-old, first season with the Rhinos, and a thunderous, swerving shot. Castagna, no chance for. There's Walls. Garzi to Van de Castile. Now Apostolopoulos. There's goals in soccer, and then there's goals in soccer. That was a goal.
Right when he hit it, you heard that. I mean, you could feel everyone hold their breath. I know I did, and you just saw the goalie stretch full out. No chance he was getting it.
Rhinos looking for more. Red Bulls, too, playing a man down, and they've given up a goal here early in the second half. Their work really cut out for them now.
And that goal really just kind of the cherry on top to a great performance so far by the Rhinos. You've seen Captain Tony Walls very vocal this game, getting everybody on the same page, really pumping everybody up. And at the same time, making sure everyone stays connected. It's been a very complete effort, and you can tell from top to bottom.
Just keep the train rolling here. Obasi. That's going to be the mentality for the Rhinos. And we talked about New York, maybe kind of bunkering down, hoping for overtime and PKs with a man down against a powerful Rhinos team.
Well, that entire...
that's done now.
That entire tactic has just gone to shame.
Oh, Dixon feeling the bicycle kick.
That entire tactic has gone down the drain. They have to do the complete opposite now. They can't sit back. They have to throw the kitchen sink in. Most coaches now, you know, regardless of your philosophy, it's a playoff game. You've got to score. I think you'd rather lose 5-4 than 1-0 just bunkering in. So
do or die time now.
Absolutely.
There's Forbes. Gets away from Stoles. Dixon looking for her first goal since April 26th. And that was against these New York Red Bulls.
It's just been elusive, but I think a goal for him is just something that goes on the stat sheet. He's so deadly. He's so dynamic in many other ways. And, I mean, you've seen his impact here today. Him and Dos Santos have combined for a deadly combo.
Bassi fouled there by Sanchez. The Rhinos with that early goal, a lot more bounce in their step. Quick restart to Mendoza. Played back to Walls, spins away from Bonomo. Back to Van de Castile. Walniak has Thomas, Menosalvas, Bedoya, Castellanos, Clay, and Sonis available for subs, along with Rafael Diaz, the backup keeper. Apostolopoulos stepping in. Rhinos are winning everything right now. Obasi steps on the ball and hopefully not hurt. That was an awkward fall there for Anoa. He's up and okay. Outside to Garzi. Louisville, Charleston, 39th minute and zeros. Tonight's winner faces the winner of that one. 53rd minute, the Rhinos with a 1-0 lead. Dos Santos 4 minutes ago. And a great flick from Forbes to Garzi. Low cross, blocked away by McLaws. Mendoza now.
Ooh, and you got the feeling he was going to strike it first time there.
He was coming in with some pace. Obasi back to Dixon, and they just couldn't get the 1-2 connection there.
And Obasi almost completing a fantastic play right there. They actually, he did that a few times this week in training where he just one touch bopped it all the way in the net, but it's unfortunate not to work out there, but it's nice to see.
Yes, very good connection there. Visit the 2015 USL Playoffs Hub on USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the chase for the USL Championship. That's USLsoccer.com. Out of play. Throw in here for McLaws. Sanchez. Stoles. Looking for Bonomo. Headed away by Obasi. McLaws. Week 3 to the USL Team of the Week. Gets it outside to Heffron. 55th minute. Williams back to Akinyote. Avoids the first challenge. Now looking to go into the box, and nothing doing there for the Red Bulls. We've given up an early goal here in the second half.
USL on Facebook for exclusive playoff news and interactive content.
Miller to pick it up. Throws it out to Apostolopoulos. Obasi. Rhinos have the lead. That's one thing they've done so well this season. Once they get the lead, they have that knack to close out games.
And I think it just kind of plays into their favor. They're very good at just being stingy, not allowing the other team to get anything either way. So
Mendoza to Walls. Rhinos were patient. 22nd minute, Plua was sent off, but the Rhinos stayed composed. They kept possession of the ball, didn't blast away and try to make something happen too quick. But the professionalism, the patience really paying off there for the Rhinos.
Well, that being said, they did have their share of chances as well, so it wasn't just, how do you say, just pointless possession. It wasn't just patience just for the sake of being patient. They were getting their chances, and, you know, it was just only a matter of time. I think apart from just patience, they stayed composed. They didn't let the fact that the ball not going in the net rattle them and make them all of a sudden make these crazy decisions, everyone trying to be the hero. So it just shows the maturity of the team. And
absolutely,
you know, there's a lot of players who've been in and out of different leagues, MLS, played abroad. You know, we've got the Santos coming over from Norway. Canardo Forbes playing in Jamaica. So you're just seeing the combined, the collective experience and maturity shown and manifesting here in the playoffs.
It's paid off with an early second half goal for Dos Santos. Nice touch there from Garzi. Canardo. Dixon. Just behind Garzi. He had space, maybe touch and then fire. Just couldn't get it to his foot.
It's unfortunate. He was kind of waiting for the ball, maybe in the 6, and Dixon with a cheeky little pass back. I don't think he expected it, but great play nonetheless.
There's Apostolopoulos. The Rhinos' journey to another championship begins here tonight. They won the A-League in 98, 2000, and 2001. Runners-up in 96, 99, and 06. Mendoza blasting back, and a tough challenge against Sanchez, wins a free kick
All right, fans.
for Devin Williams.
This time, it is time for the All-State Lucky Row. Now, if you are sitting in section 106,
Williams will have the restart, looks up. No, he'll leave it for Defont.
everybody in the row gets a 20
Nick Laws cuts around Obasi.
courtesy of our friends at Allstate.
Laws likes to push forward down the flanks. He's been held in check, playing a man down, but makes a good run forward and then dribbles out of bounds. 58th minute, 1-0 Rhinos lead. Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive playoff news and interactive content. It's USL on Facebook. And in the 59th minute, Dos Santos with a goal in minute number 48. Plua sent off, straight red card. In the 22nd for his challenge against Dos Santos. And the Rhinos stand up 1-0 right now. Garzi to Apostolopoulos. Williams looking to go forward. Van de Castile nicely breaks it up. Calm and cool. Forbes. Laws reads the play, intercepts the pass. Dangerous ball back. Castagna has to hurry. Dixon was hustling there. Garzi to McMahon. Still McMahon. Obakop and McMahon, they've been battling all night long. Walls comes in to help out. Goes outside now. Garzi, low cross. Castagna, first one there.
Fans, reserve your 2016
Far side, McMahon's header goes forward to Garzi.
454 kick option 2, and you can also do it by stopping at the Rhinos offices Monday through Friday, 9 to 6.
J.C. Banks put the Rhinos up 1-0, but then LA scoring to pick up a 2-1 victory. Rhinos don't want to have a repeat of that as we're in the 60th minute. They've got the lead, the man advantage, and a completely different team this year. There's Obasi. Back to Apostolopoulos. Far side, Garzi. The Community Service Award winner, Mike Garzi, is outside to McMahon. I don't know if it's gotten warmer or that goal has warmed me up because it does not feel as cold.
We both jumped up. I think it's a bit of adrenaline just flowing right now.
Absolutely feeling it right now. Obasi back to Apostolopoulos. It's tangled up in his feet. Bonomo pressuring there. Rhinos with it now. Mendoza.
And you just see how aggressive and eager the Rhinos are. They've got 4 guys basically lined up on the back 4, just waiting to go forward, waiting to get in behind that defense. So it is good to see as long as they manage it in a very mature and just experienced way. You know, they do have the eagerness, so they look poised to score another, if I'm being honest.
Louisville and Charleston have gone to the half and scoreless. Winner of this one takes on the winner of that matchup there. Number 3, Charleston, and number 2, Louisville. Zobasi finds Mendoza, and an awful challenge there from DeFont. And I thought the referee made the call. He didn't. He got over there and said, get up.
He sprinted over like he was going to make a call and then just kind of changed his mind.
They'll make a call here as Obakop goes down. That was an awkward challenge, almost ugly.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he tried to give advantage because Mendoza did get the ball. I think that's essentially what he did do, but.
A good move by Sanchez, puts it through the legs of Obasi, and he will go into the book in the 62nd minute for his takedown of Sanchez. And Obasi, first yellow card of the game for Rochester. McLaw's over to take it. '63rd minute. Follow at USL on Twitter. Keep up with all of the live action during the 2015 USL playoffs at USL on Twitter. McLaws out of Coastal Carolina University. 17th pick in the 3rd round of the 2015 MLS draft as the restart. Swerving into the box, headed away nicely by Apostolopoulos. Again, Apostolopoulos wins the header. Mendoza. Dos Santos. Forward. Picked up by DeFonto. A hard challenge from Dos Santos. Williams did a good job to get through it.
Did very well there. That's not an easy task right there, especially a full swing there by Dos Santos.
Could hear the pop from up here.
Didn't really even phase him, did it?
McLaws gets the flick forward. He's pushed up a little higher here in this half now. Sanchez. Obakop into the box, headed away by Apostolopoulos.
Dangerous cross there.
New York sensing they have to go forward, and space opens up. Mendoza. Or it's Garzi, I'm sorry. Fans want him to continue going forward to Dos Santos. He slowed it up. Apostolopoulos. Fans a little tense. Didn't like the turnaround there by Garzi. It's Forbes. Laws. Forbes gets it back. Canardo on his left. The shot. Deflected out of play, and a corner kick coming up for the Rhinos. It'll be corner kick number 5 for Rochester. And restarts have been defensive nightmares for Red Bulls too.
And there's a buzz every time there's been a corner kick. It's kind of growing more and
Walls
more.
has been on a lot of them.
And now with this added kind of enthusiasm, excitement with the goal, I think we'll see it.
Good delivery. The header just wide of the far post. Van de Castile got his face right in his hands, and he knows that was a close one.
And just like we mentioned, they're knocking on the door. That's another avenue they're looking to exploit. So we'll see how it pans out. But the Red Bulls really not coming up with any answers yet.
Giving up 2 last week, and they're just seconds away from giving up another on set pieces. Dos Santos to Mendoza. Dos Santos has been so good tonight. An excellent performance for the goal scorer. And to Castile. Forbes. Garzi. Plays it back to Walls. Now McMahon. Into the box for Dos Santos. Castagna takes a hard fall to the ground, and it's Dos Santos who collides with him. Both players took a knock there. It'll be a restart coming up for New York. As both teams getting ready to go to the bench. Castagna will put this one down. The 20-year-old has been in the U.S. under-20 national team camp 4 times. Gets the goal kick to the far side. Picked up again. Almost Dixon getting through. Back to Miller, 67th minute. Headed back to Heffron. And Castile gets the header on it. Apostolopoulos gets the poke. Red Bulls coming back with it now. It's Devin Williams back to DeFont. On the far side for Obacop. McMahon nicely wins the header. As it looks like Toch and Bedoya will be coming in. Toch for the Rhinos. Bedoya for Red Bulls 2. Bedoya makes his way over first for this substitution. Restart coming up for the Rhinos. Quickly taken, looking for Dixon. Won't get on the end of it. Referee wants to bring it back as the ball was not completely stopped. And Castile will do it again.
Follow at USL on Twitter to keep up with all the live action during the
Obasi, 69th minute. Rhinos a 1-0 lead, a man advantage as well. Looking to move into the Eastern Conference Finals next week. Should they win, it's right here at home, Salem Stadium against either Louisville or Charleston. A lot of soccer still to be played.
The Red Bulls not reacting like we would have expected yet. Maybe that with this Bedoya substitution, something will change, but it's almost as if, do they know that it's a lose and go home situation or what?
Threading the needle, Dixon in the box, gets the shot away, it's blocked by DeFont. Back to Forbes, the shot put home by Dos Santos! He's got number 2 on the night. Well taken. Steven Dos Santos starting the 2015 playoffs on fire. This one comes in the 70th minute. What a striker's goal. Nose stuck in front, and he just gets the poke on it to put this one at 2-0. Well done by Steven Dos Santos.
And a very complete play there. Very good recognition there by Alex Dixon, who could have scored one himself, decided to cut back, lay it off, and Bernardo Forbes took a chance at it, and Steven just finished it off. I mean, I think that's just a team play right there.
Substitutions were made during that stoppage. Toch came on for Obasi in the 70th minute. Bedoya came on for Sanchez for Red Bulls 2, also in the 70th minute. Forbes gets the assist. Dos Santos with the goal, his second of the game. Headed away by Apostolopoulos.
And the Rhinos want more. They're very eager. Look how they're stepping out right now. It's good to see. It's I think the most crucial part of a playoff team right now is that eagerness to keep going more and more and more.
Here is more. Mendoza for Dixon. The flag comes up for offside. Just a step in behind the defense. It's 2-0. You know, in the first half, you could tell Dos Santos was going to have something special tonight.
There's a certain buzz, a certain kind of aura about him. He was even and everything, in the way he was running, and the way he was pressing, and the way he was passing the ball. You knew he felt confident today, and he wanted it.
Nice job by Dos Santos. 2 second-half goals. Giving the Rhinos a 2-0 lead as there is a player down. I believe it's Mendoza, and hopefully not too serious, holding his left hamstring, it appears. Maybe just cramping up.
The sub with Toch the Rhinos made seems to be in. I think it's looking to just kind of really secure up that back line.
Ugarte looks like he's going to be coming on, actually. And I would assume it's for Mendoza, who's down holding that left hamstring. Ugarte would make his 19th overall appearance of the season. He was quickly called into duty here, as doesn't even have his shin guards on yet. And hopefully for Mendoza, the motor in the middle, it's nothing too severe. As we're in the 72nd minute.
Looks all right, looks to be walking it off, so it may just be more of a preventative measure. Put in a great shift, and Ugarte is someone more than capable of coming in and impact this game in a different way.
And that indeed will be the substitution. Mendoza comes off. And Ugarte comes on, 72nd minute. Second change of the game for the Rhinos. Santos, sportsmanship, plays it back to Red Bulls.
This substitution for your Rochester Rhinos.
There's Defont.
Number 2, Marcos
Quignote.
replacing number 11, Johnny Mendoza.
And if we didn't see it when it was 1-0, I expect to see it more than ever now when it's 2. Red Bulls really need to do something. If not, they're just literally just going to see this game out as if it were any other game.
For the Rhinos, Dos Santos looking for the hat trick. 2 completely different goals. Took a player on 1v1, power and accuracy, swerving that first goal into the net, and then the other one just stuck his nose in front.
It's that versatility. It's that completeness he has that he brings to the table. It's being able to take a player one-on-one. It's being able to hold it up. It's being able to get in behind. I think Coach Lilly said it during the week. He's a bit of mixture of both, where Valesky has just pure speed, very dynamic, very explosive player, tremendous at getting in behind. Colin Rolfe is a warrior, can hold it up against really anybody in the league, and Dos Santos really combines those two. So I think he's used it. He's done it well.
It's a perfect analysis of Dos Santos. And we definitely saw that in the 48th and 70th. As the Rhinos have a 2-0 lead. Looking for more just to solidify that run for next week. Halftime down in Louisville still, and scoreless. As Bedoya wins a corner kick in the 74th minute for the Red Bulls. Bedoya, 21 years old, out of St. John's University. 3 goals, 4 assists on the season. The confetti moved off the field. Dos Santos and everybody for the Rhinos in the box defending. Whipped in. Headed through the crowd and over the end line. It'll be a goal kick coming up from Miller. And Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. John Wolniak, the former Rhino from 2001, that Rhinos A-League championship season, going to the bench once again. As Walls looks around, takes it off the chest.
And what a play there. I mean, Walls just opted to pop it straight up and basically said, come try me, challenge me. The ball's not going anywhere but to me, so.
And they win a call here as well. It's going to be Franklin Castellanos checking in momentarily for Red Bulls 2. Outside now for the Rhinos and McMahon. Forbes. Gets it back to McMahon. Rhinos with possession. 15 minutes plus stoppage time, all that remains. And a 2-0 lead. Williams looks for Bedoya, heads it forward, but no one else on the end of it for Red Bulls 2. Long ball on the near side will run out of play. Toch gets the touch, and we are now in the 76th minute. Castellanos will be coming on for Leo Stoles. Castellanos, the 23-year-old, placing the 24-year-old Leo Stoles. Second change of the game for Red Bulls 2. Castellanos, another player who debuted for the first team in July as Heffron goes down on a foul and another yellow card being issued. This will go to Van de Castile. That one I thought was a little soft, but.
It's almost, you'd have to think it's that feeling of, I gave Red Bulls a red. I've kind of got to be a little, I can't, favor the Rhinos. Even though he hasn't been, it's almost like that guilt feeling.
Well, regardless, a little surprised to see it come out, but it does, and it's 77th minute yellow card for Van de Castile. Red Bulls looking to make something happen on this restart. 3 players converge on the ball. 2 in the wall for the Rhinos. 78th minute. It's been Dos Santos and Dos Santos with the goals tonight. Referee will have a word with the boys in the box. Too much knocking around in there. And he settles them down. And we'll get this one underway in the 78th minute. A low ball into the box. They want a handball. Referee waves it off. His assistant will call a corner kick instead on the far side. And they are pleading their case, but it's falling on deaf ears.
I think they're reaching a bit there. I think they're just trying to make something out of nothing.
There's the corner kick, headed away by Apostolopoulos. Castellanos. One-time cross into the box, up and over everybody.
Fans join us on the field following tonight's match for the meet-in.
So look at that last complaint.
Players and coaches. Brought to you by the Hillside Children's
Ooh,
Foundation.
they may have had a case there.
Yeah, I think so.
I
do think so.
I stand corrected. I will be the first to say, but that was
a big break for the Rhinos there.
Well,
It was
guess,
Dos Santos.
let's just change the subject.
Yeah, let's look at the
Tune
thrower.
into Twitter on USL.
There's the cross and off of the Red Bulls player. Goal kick coming up here. As more changes coming on now. It'll be Sonis coming on. Chris Sonis, number 45. He will check in, the 24-year-old. This will be the third change for John Wolniak's side. The next stoppage, apparently. Keep checking that Louisville-Charleston game, and they're scoreless as they have started half number 2. Obakop, a good turn on the far side. Good tackle from McMahon. He has had his hands full with the dangerous Obakop Up to this point, good job.
And these two, Obacop and Pat McMahon, have just traded blows in this 4-game series we've had with the Red Bulls, and it's just gone back and forth. But Pat McMahon having a tremendous game so far and really not allowing Obacop to do anything. I think he's had to settle for early crosses and really just cutting back and stopping the play. Credit to Pat McMahon there and the entire Rhinos defense, midfield, and front line. It's been a collective effort so far, and it's paid off.
Third change, Santos is on for Bonomo in the 80th minute. Santos, product of the New England Revolution Academy, comes on here for the final 10+ minutes, replacing Bonomo. Castellanos, midfield pass is picked up by Walls. Touches it forward to Dos Santos. Pushes it around. The shot! Oh, it's just wide! Hat trick on his mind and not too far off the mark.
And I don't think, I think you can see it better here. He lost his shoe. Tremendous burst of speed and ran himself right out of his shoes. You'd like to think that should that not have happened, could have had his third one there.
How about the move, too? Pushes it one way, goes the other.
What a change of pace.
Beautiful.
Left Akinyode for dead there.
Dos Santos still sitting down and getting his socks and shoes adjusted. As Garzi's called for the foul. It'll be dead center, about 35 yards away. Red Bulls wanted a quick restart. Referee said no, players down. Williams will have the restart. Colin Rolfe will be coming on for Alex Dixon momentarily. We're in the 82nd minute. If you're just tuning in, Dos Santos with a goal in the 48th and the 70th. Plua for New York was sent off in the 22nd minute. Williams, field goal is good. '82nd minute, Rolfe on for Dixon.
Very anticlimactic free kick. I think he had all the build-up, walked up to it with a certain bit of swagger as if he was about to cut the lead in half, and
we split the uprights in half.
He just wasn't meant to be on that one, I guess. Let's just leave it at that. It's happened to everyone, so it's not something to poke fun at because it's happened to everyone. So.
I can poke fun because I've been there, done that many times. More times than I like.
Yeah.
Here's Forbes. Taken away, though, by Obacop. Bedoya. Williams. There's just the jerseys in white swarming and winning possession back. Nick Laws. Pass is picked off by Toch. To Ugarte. Walls rammed into from behind by Sonis. Plays it to Garzi. Van de Castile. All the way back, McMahon to Miller, 84th minute. Shots 11-5 in favor of the Rhinos. Corner kicks 5 for Rochester, 4 for Red Bulls 2.
And as if it wasn't a hard enough time for the Red Bulls defense, the addition of Colin Rolfe to the game really just makes that nightmare even worse, doesn't it?
Hard-nosed. He will go in for every tackle that's offered to him. Poor clearance. Ugarte comes away with it. Goes outside for Forbes. That's a good ball. Dos Santos settles. Still with it, Dos Santos. Ugarte couldn't spin and turn. Sent down the middle for Sonis. Intercepted by Van de Castile.
And what a through ball there by Marcos Ugarte.
Sure was. Beautiful vision.
I think he beat 5 guys with one pass.
Isn't that
Red
crazy?
Bulls are still wondering how they got through.
Restart Walls to Ugarte.
Here he is once again.
Now Toch. 85th minute. Rhinos in control here, 2-0. Having said that, hats off, though, to Red Bulls, too, and John Wolniak for a tremendous season, qualifying for the playoffs, 8-game unbeaten streak, 16 different players scoring goals, 17 different players with assists. It's been a mixed and matched lineup, and he's done a very good job with them.
Well, I mean, apart from that, I think we've spoken about it a few times throughout this season. It's a complicated job. It's not just, USL glory. I think that's one of the a little bit further down on the list of priorities. It's about developing these players, getting them minutes, and getting them into that first team. But I think you saw they did a bit of both. They had a bunch of players debut with the first team, get solid minutes, but on top of that, they made a good run in the second half of the season of the USL. And they're here now. I mean, credit to make it this far when it didn't look like that was going to happen earlier in the year.
Look at some of their players who've been with the second side. Abong has played 17 games with the first club. Sean Davis has played 10. Ouimet has played 10. And a very commendable job by John Wolniak.
And they may have not gotten the team results or the team performances game in, game out, but you do see little flashes of brilliance, a lot of individual spotlights here, so it's something that the club looks forward to.
Santos looking for 3. Quixote does it. Good job defensively to break it up.
And Steven De Santos is just literally banging on that door right now. That hat trick is not far off, especially from what he's been showing.
A deep throw in for Ugarte on the near side. Marcos Ugarte, 19th overall appearance. Gets it to Walls. Eludes the challenge of Bedoya. Finds Apostolopoulos. Middle of the field, loose ball. Rolf, there he is for the challenge. Looks for Forbes, but it's broken up. Forward now to Ugarte. Toch. All the way back to Miller. There's Toch crossing midfield. Still some touches in Toch. Font, dangerous ball. Rolf is there. Interception, shot. Castagna just able to dive to his right and keep it from reaching the net.
And what a play by both teams there. Tremendous recognition there by Colin Rolf, and what a save. What an absolute save. I think you counted him out for that play, and he did well.
And a good save there. 88th minute, corner kick for the Rhinos. It is Canaro Forbes over to take it. Steps in. Good ball. Van de Castile. Flag comes up for offside. He was in there pretty deep. Fourth change for the Rhinos now in the 88th minute. Bordeaux is on, and he's going to replace Van de Castile. 88th minute, time of this change. Bordeaux coming over from the Syracuse Silver Knights of the Major Arena Soccer League. So how does this tactically, or from a formation standpoint, shift things around?
It just moves Tony Walls to the back, puts Bordeaux in a center mid position, and really just allows us to see the game out. Bordeaux's a technical player, really does add a different dynamic to that midfield, but it's more at this point just really managing the game, which the Rhinos have done a tremendous job so far. Only 2 minutes left of that, but they've shown experience, they've shown a collective effort, and it's paid off.
Dos Santos, a little chip up, and then he takes a knock to the nose from Quixote. Referee has a word, but no card issued. 89th minute, restart here for the Rhinos. Who look to be on their way to facing Charleston or Louisville in the Eastern Conference Finals. 56th minute, no score between those two clubs. Battling it out at Slugger Field. Forbes the delivery. Looking for Rolf, he couldn't get a poke on it. Deflected away by the Red Bulls defense.
And that's been just a reoccurring theme in this game. The Red Bulls are just very, very, very just vulnerable on set pieces. As we see Coach Lilly having strong words with Graham Van de Castile, but it's something you want to see. You know, it's definitely something you want to see. It's 2-0. We're up. We're essentially up and off to the next round, and you know he's still correcting. He's still getting ready for the next game.
Ugarte wins another corner kick for the Rhinos. I don't know if Andy Castillo can get it warm and put the training jersey on. They'll go short. Well, they will go short. Back to Ugarte and offside on the short corner kick.
Points for
Not the way they had that one drawn up.
I mean, I feel at this point they can
Afford
attempt
a little, yeah.
more. They can afford it now. So at the end of the day, it's just wasting time. So
90th minute, 3 minutes of stoppage time. All that separates the Rhinos from a date in the Eastern Conference Final that would be right here next week at Salem Stadium, October the 10th, a 7 p.m. kickoff. Opponent to be determined. Deflected ball on the foot of Apostolopoulos. Now to Toch. Santos battles back. Toch fights through the challenge and wins it. And that one will go out of play. Goal kick coming up here for Santiago Castaña. For Red Bulls, this will be their 11th loss of the season, barring a miracle. The Rhinos will pick up their 18th overall win on the season. Headed there by McMahon. Only once in the past 4 USL seasons has the regular season champion lifted the USL championship trophy. Rhinos looking to add that and make it 2 out of 5 and win their first championship since 2001.
And the Rhinos with the performance today, completely uninterested in that stat. They're showing no signs of letting up, no signs of really changing their approach. It's an approach that hasn't been the most glamorous one, but it has gotten them where they are right now as regular season champs.
And looking for more. Toch pops it safely out of play. Throw in here for Red Bulls 2. McLaws. Oh, given away, Dos Santos.
It's almost as if they wanted to score a third.
He can go at Defont. Still Dos Santos. Unselfish to Forbes. The shot! Just wide. Goal kick, the result.
Please listen up. Tickets for the USL Eastern Conference Finals Saturday, October
Flicked on
10th
for
at 7 o'clock.
Castaños. Don't forget that all USL playoff matches are right here on YouTube. Follow the action and watch the crowning of the 2015 USL champion right here on YouTube.
Once again, go on sale at the conclusion of our match.
There's Walls.
At the Rhinos
Pass
box
intercepted
office.
by Williams.
Box office is open.
Outside now for Obakop. Quiet evening for Obakop. McMahon has done very well on him. Maybe one more push, though, for New York. Sonis to Williams. Now Obakop into the box, and Miller comes off his line to make the save. It was a great analogy. 2 players just going blow for blow, McMahon and Obakop. And that will do it. The Rhinos will win it 2-0, and they will advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. It was a great night for Steven Dos Santos as he scores in the 48th and the 70th minute to push Rochester into the conference finals next week against Charleston or Louisville. What a night. Entertaining. Great stuff from Dos Santos. A solid team performance from the Rhinos.
It was a very complete performance all around, and I think it's now that it's playoffs, you've seen that added bit of just spark, that added bit of urgency in the Rhinos game, and that's a very dangerous thing come playoff time because they've had a complete team all year. They've had complete performances with a bit of offense, a ton of defense, and just a ton of tenacity on the field. Add that playoff spark to it, and all of a sudden they're looking unstoppable.
And when you see those strikers who are in top form, they're pushing, they're getting opportunities, they're hard to stop. It looks like Dos Santos is that player now.
Absolutely. And it just goes to show just a little bit of confidence, a little bit of, that enjoyment of a playoff game, and all of a sudden he's taken what he's shown all regular season and just added that bit of just more killer instinct to it. I don't know what other way to put it, but it's looking great. It's a good collective effort, and it's just great to see going forward.
Get down there, enjoy the win, my friend. I had a lot of fun tonight. I hope you did too.
That was a blast. A little cold, but
that's all right. We'll take the win in a cold situation. Christian Silva, great job.
Take care.
Thank you very much. Next week, it'll be right here, Saturday, October 10th, 7:05 kickoff. The Rhinos in the Eastern Conference Finals, taking on either Louisville or Charleston. And that'll do it from Sahlen Stadium for Christian Silva, for our producer John Catalano, and our entire crew here in downtown Rochester. I'm Joe Giuliano saying so long as the Rhinos win it 2-0 and move on to the Eastern Conference Finals.
It's time to take a look at the scoreboard for tonight's All-State Play of the Game.